Hey y'all, so I realized that this video might be a little too long to post all as one, so I will be doing two parts to this video. Part one will focus on school, social, and lifestyle, and then part two will focus on the University of Alabama freshmen, and then my overall advice I would give to incoming freshmen. I will put the apps that you need down below in my description box for both videos, not just for the University of Alabama, but students who are interested in going to Xavier University, Tuskegee University, and then Kennesaw University. And finally, I'll put down all my socials if you have any more questions to ask me. Please do not forget to comment, like, and share this video. Also, subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell so you know when I post. In high school, most of my teachers told me that the professors will never have time for you because they have 100,000 more students to worry about, but that is not true at all. Once I got to college, I realized that my teachers really do care about my well-being and how I'm doing in that class. For English, during second semester, my teacher held one-on-one meetings, whether it was through Zoom or we met up on a spot on campus. He always made sure to give us feedback on our work. The teachers always make sure they got back to you in a respectful time, and they really do care about your well-being. So my first piece of advice would be to create a bond with your teacher, because you never know if you're about to fail that class or if you need like an extra push to get you to an A or even a B. And so building a bond, introducing yourself the first day of classes, allowing them to get to know your name on the first day of classes, even though the first day of classes will go by pretty fast because you're just going to be talking about the syllabus for most classes. Introduce yourself, try to learn their name as soon as possible, get their syllabus if they give it out on the first day. If not, ask for their email, because you're trying to show them that you really care about this class and you want to succeed not only in this class but in college. Building a bond with your teachers is very important. And if you have a small class, you have to attend it because they will most likely be taking attendance. And even if they're not taking attendance, they can just remember your face and hopefully remember your name. And at the end of the grading period, they'll be able to be like, oh yeah, she came to my class. I remember seeing her every day. Boost her up 20 points. You know, give her an A in the class. You are basically just trying to leave that first impression on your teacher, and that can take you a long way. Another connection that you should be making on your first week of school is your advisor. Trying to know which advisor is the best for you and then trying to build that bond with them. I had two advisors and a peer advisor. I had an advisor for the EDGE program that I was a part of, and then I had an advisor for the School of Business, and then my peer advisor was there to help me if I had any questions along the way. So connecting with your advisor, trying to see where they can help you fit in a class, if they can take you out of a class, it'll be very helpful in the long run. And also, if you can, try to keep that advisor throughout your whole time in college. Next, you should be able to know your school benefits. You should be able to know what your school provides to their students. For instance, they could be providing free tutoring, free printing, a writing center, a career center, you never know. So try to learn more about what your university can provide to you. For example, in the beginning of my first semester in college, I was just trying to apply for any and every position I could. And so with the Career Center, they actually prepare you for an interview. They prepare you for how you should dress, how you should act, what questions you should be asking. And even though I went to like 5 interviews before I actually visited the Career Center, I did gain some more information on how to handle myself during an interview. And it's also important to know your school benefits when it comes to ordering food or even going to the grocery store. Do your university have the hookup where you could get free lifts to another spot? Just know exactly what your school can provide, and it will also take time just trying to figure out how you can save money and also save time. I know since we were younger, we've been here, keep your grades up. It's going to affect which college you get into, or it's going to affect what your job sees. But it is important for you to keep your grade up because that GPA matters. Because once your school sees that GPA, they just might reward you with the scholarship off the back, or you can get selected to be on Dean's List or President's List or get an honorary award, you know. So keeping your grades up, being able to put that on your resume and also showcasing it to other jobs, other internships. They see that you are hardworking and determined, and so that's an easy hire right there. Okay, this was a big one. Trying to buy books for your classes. Do not buy the books until you go to class. Do not buy the books until your first day of class. I'm gonna say it again for the people in the back. Do not buy the books until your first day of classes, because I'll say 9 times out of 10, you won't even need that book for that class. 9 times out of 10, you won't even use that book for the class. My first semester, it was a freshman compass class, and they told us to get 2 books. We ended up not even reading the second book, and I was just like, this is a waste of money. I tried to return it, and I only got $2 back from it after I paid $11. I think not. So make sure on the first day of school, you hear the teacher say something about the books, even if they don't ask them. Also, do a comparison for your books online versus in the bookstore. Online books on Amazon especially could be a lot cheaper compared to the books in the store. But lately, my books have not been more than $150, I would say, and $150 was the max. Your books really range in prices. It depends on how old it is, where it's from, which class it could be from. And so do not get your book until your first day of classes, because your teacher would actually tell you what books you need, what calculator you need, what material you need, but still be prepared. And finally, for this segment, I would say do your homework before you go to parties. You know what? Scratch that. Do your homework before your homework is due. Turn it in before it's due. That way you don't have to have any problems. You won't have to be confused about any due dates. It'll already be done. I know most times I'm a procrastinator at heart. I did my homework like an hour before a party, which is not smart at all because my mind is just set on this party. It's not set on trying to do this homework. It's not set on trying to do this homework, get it done, especially if it's a paper. So do your homework, try to schedule it a day or so before the actual due date. That way it is said and it's done, and you will have time to get ready. You don't have to rush. Okay, moving on into the next segment, social life. What to do, how to balance your social life from school, how to balance your social life from your personal life. That is a major challenge a lot of students face, trying to balance social life with school or even just their personal life. So when trying to balance social life from school, I would say you need a planner. You need to mark down exactly what you have on Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. When you're trying to balance social life from school or from your personal life, it can get hectic because one, you're probably not even organized yourself. And so when you have events coming up and you have a test the same day or you have a test the next day, you're gonna be looking a hot mess trying to see like what you can and cannot do. So I would say get a big planner. It is important for you to use this big planner because you'll be able to hang it up on your wall. You'll be able to walk past it every day, see what you have coming up. And you have to also stay on it. You can't just get the planner, write down the events and say, okay, I remember it like that. No, you have to really be on it. You have to keep updating that calendar every hour of the day, every month, just because you don't want to miss anything. And then this also helps you mentally. This also allows you to take a breather, not worry so much. A lot of my friends gave me this advice, and it would be to join organizations. Join different organizations that is dealing with your major, that is not dealing with your major, that you have never heard of, because you never know how that could really change your point of view on certain things. For instance, I joined a boat club, a walking club. Did I go? No, but I joined it. joining an organization, that is a great way to socialize with peers on campus, because you could honestly just be stuck in your room all day and not think about it. And so joining an organization will help you get out there. It will help you meet new people, but it will also help you get out of your own, ways. It will allow you to open up more. And know that it is also okay to make friend groups, especially if you have roommates that you're close with, or if you just make friends on campus. It is okay to have those friend groups, but venture out to different groups. You don't want to be stuck to one friend group to where you don't know anybody else on campus. I would say you don't even have to join, a group just to get to know new people. Go to events on campus, go to events off campus. Freshman year is the year that you are really going to learn more about yourself and about different people. Freshman year will teach you how to socialize. That's it. Freshman year will teach you how to socialize. If your university has a football team, a basketball team, a soccer team, girls, boys, don't matter, go to it. Especially if your college has a football team, go to each game. Figure out a way to get a ticket for each game. But as a freshman, go to the games, tailgate. That is an experience in its own. So me and my friends actually had this debate about whether we need a car or not on campus. For me, I said no, I don't need a car because I have so many ways to get to class. I have a bus, I have a Joyride, which is just a golf cart taking me to class. I have Uber, Lyft, and then I have my own 2 feet to walk me to class. But then they were like, no, we need a car because some of our classes are off campus, and sometimes I have to go off campus to go across campus, just to get to another class. I was like, oh. So our point of views are pretty different. So if you think that you need a car, you look at your schedule, you try to map out your classes, whether it's on campus or off campus, and you think that you need a car, bring a car. But if you do not need a car, if you don't want to spend that money, because I know that it does cost money for parking passes on your campus, and then it's also different types of parking passes that you can get. Parking passes for parking by your room, and then parking passes to park on different lots on campus. And so I would say ask your school about the different parking passes, or look online. Create positive habits create habits that's going to have a positive effect on your life. For instance, when I was talking about a planner, just planning out the different events that you have set for that week or that month. If you already have the events in advance, that's good. Write it down, so you won't forget it. But also creating habits like waking up 30 minutes to an hour before class. You never know, you could be somebody that really struggles to wake up and you take forever to get ready. That was me. I took forever to get ready. Some days I just went in my sweatpants and a good little oval shirt. Other days I wanted to dress up. And so it really depends on you, your schedule. First semester, I had morning classes, but they really varied from 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. But then second semester, I had all 8 a.m.s. So it depends on your schedule, and it also depends on how you wake up in the morning. Are you an early bird, or are you just someone who dreads, waking up early in the morning? Save your money, honey. Save your money. It is important for you to save your money. I spent all of my graduation money that I received, but it was for good reasons. If you have some graduation money left over, put it in your savings account for a rainy day. Do not spend that money all at once. If your parents give you money, do not spend that money all in 1 month. It's not worth it. It's not. And then that goes with also knowing your school benefits. Does your school give you money? Like my school gave me $350 to spend in 1 semester. And then, we get that renewed each semester, but do your school give you money? Do you have any scholarship money left over? Did your parents give you money? Did you get money from your family? If you did, save that money. Put it in a savings account. Or if you are good at balancing your money, whoop whoop to you, because I ain't. this is one of my favorite pieces of advice, but it's also very challenging when you are a freshman and you do not know the size of a dorm room. So when it comes to moving in, you're just really excited about how your dorm is gonna look, what to get for it, you know, how can I save space? Am I able to raise my bed up so I have more space underneath? Do I have enough closet space? What about my desk? You know, all of that. When it came to me deciding on what I want in my room, what I don't want, I was actually just trying to think about it on how can I save space. And that was actually a pretty good idea because I was able to find dressers that can go up under my bed, bins that we had carried to help me move in. I actually kept that with me for storage purposes, for cleaning supplies, tissue, whatever. I actually kept that with me. And then you can also try to find some cool storage bins that actually fit with your decor or with the theme of your room.